And then let's talk about mal-illumination. The audience might know a lot about malnutrition. Jack Cruz and the latest Andrew Huberman, who's hitting it out the park from a light perspective. Mal-illumination in many aspects, in my view, or a disrupted circadian rhythm is as important, if not more important, than the food you eat and the information you feed yourself with regards to nutrition. So maybe give us a little bit of a description on mal-illumination, and also your 80-year-old who got red light and was obviously, I say to people, you're red light deficient. Often a lot of people get the blue. Blue's not bad. It just has to be balanced in the sunlight. 42% is red and infrared. People don't realize actually, that the window itself, unfortunately, cuts the red light and the infrared, allows the blue light through. That's why sitting behind a window and indoors causes damage. And correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe expand on mal-illumination.
Yeah, mal-illumination, you kind of almost alluded to what it was. Essentially, it's a deficiency in light. We talk about deficiencies in nutrition, but light itself assimilates very similar things to what nutrition does and vitamins do. So, yeah, mal-illumination is essentially, it is a big problem because we all live, most of us live indoor lifestyles. We work indoors, we've got to make a living indoors. And when we look at the type of light or the levels of light we get indoors, and this is particularly around the daytime and what light does for us during the day. So there's some key neurotransmitters and hormonal processes that happen under full spectrum sunlight or full spectrum light that a lot of people are getting deficient in because they're staying indoors a lot. So if we look at particularly one of them, there's a lot of pathways, but one of the biggest ones that we see, which is very, very becoming more and more common, is SAD, or seasonal affective disorder. Now, this used to be more of a seasonal disorder, depressive disorder from a lack of light. So we'd commonly see it in winter. You commonly see it in places like the United Kingdom, where it's bad weather and low light. It's actually getting to the point where it's not a seasonal thing anymore. It's more just happening year round because people aren't really getting outside and getting any natural light. And what that is actually, so blue light in balance out in nature, full spectrum light, when that comes into the skin and the eyes, that actually is a signal pathway to create dopamine and serotonin. And when we don't get enough light, the neurotransmitters are not at their optimal level. Dopamine, reward kind of pathway, the reward make you feel good, make you feel happy, make you feel motivated. That starts to drop down, so you don't feel so good, you don't feel energized. Same as serotonin, that heavily regulates our mood and our energy levels. So that's why, if you're not getting outside and you're not getting that good natural light and you are mal-illuminated, you are going to start feeling very down, very unmotivated. So that's why it's important not to sit there and go, oh, I've heard blue light's bad for me, I need to remove it from my life, because you will actually start to simulate the effects of SAD. If you chucked on night blockers during the day and did all these things to really eliminate it, it's about the context of it, like how are we getting it, and how we, what type of spectrums are we getting in at what time of the day as well. So it's a very important thing. And then when we look also at the other spectrums like infrared light and getting infrared light during the day. So infrared, there's been research now looking at near infrared light coming onto the skin and its ability to significantly increase serotonin, significantly. Now, serotonin, we kind of talked about, it's involved in mood regulation, but a very, very interesting thing is the precursor to melatonin, which is our sleep hormone, is assimilated through serotonin. So if you are not getting the right type of infrared light during the day from the sun, and you have suboptimal levels of serotonin, but then you do all the perfect things at night, you block all the blue light, you use all the lighting, you do everything, well, you're going to still have low melatonin because you don't have any of the raw material to make it. So it's very important about what you're doing during the day, getting the right type of lights during the day, ensuring that infrared light is in your environment. Now, there are tools and hacks if you're in, like, if you just literally can't get outside, because it is difficult for some people these days. It is very, very difficult in the modern world. If we need to be indoors, we can't control the light environment in the office and things, but there are tools, and I'm sure we can get into a bit of that around what we can do to more closely align to the types of light we're supposed to be receiving.